Hi guys, Alex here, and this is the third video about file management and macOS. In the first video, we discovered how we can make Finder better. Second video was the ultimate review of the file managers, and I hope you found perfect file manager for yourself. But in this video, we're gonna talk about small but super useful utilities that can make file management easier and faster. And the first utility I want to talk about today is a Dropover. Basically, what is Dropover? Dropover is the temporary shelf for your files. Let me show you how it works. So, for example, here we can see a set of files, and here we have several folders, and we want to collect some files from those folders. So basically we can grab, for example, those 3 screenshots and just start shaking mouse. And here we see this template. So let's continue add some files to this shelf too. We can add some more. So here we can see all the files in this shelf. There's 2 more shelves. And another interesting thing, so we can do the same thing with the pictures on the websites. So let's say we want to download this pretty cool wallpaper. We can just drag and drop it here, and doing that we can collect files from websites. That's pretty useful. So let's say we want to do something with the images. For example, we can collect all the files here, we can add more files, and then we can go to the quick actions and we can rename them, create archive, we can copy path, we can copy to the selected folder, we can move to the selected folder, or we can delete them. That's pretty useful stuff, and I use it every day. So when I need to sort my files from the several folders, I just use Dropover. But Dropover can do some more interesting stuff. Let's imagine we want to share some files with somebody, and we can basically do that if we go to this 3 dots menu and we can copy Dropover link. We also can open recently shelves. For example, here we can 4 files, and we can create Dropover link. And when we create Dropover link, we can choose how long this link will last. For example, 1 hour, and then we can make a name for this link. Let's do like a temp, and we also can create password. So when we share, and if we share some sensitive data, we can create password for those files. And it will generate as web page, or we can generate direct download link, or just a direct link. So let's do create web page. So it's uploading, and when uploading is done, we'll get our link which we can send somebody. What else Dropover can do? So let's say we are working with the images, and we have only images in our shelf. So we can go to the file action, and we can resize, we can convert format, we can remove metadata, we can extract text from those images, and we also can create PDF, or we can set as desktop picture. So let's say we have some screenshots and we want to combine them in one big screenshot. So we can do that if we, so for example, we have this picture, and we can go, and then we can go to the file action and stitch, and we can choose show output in the current shelf and save in downloads. And when we press continue, we will see final image, final combined image. That's so pretty useful. So on the next small utility, but super useful if you need to get quick access to your folders. It basically adds quick shortcut into the menu bar to folders you want. Let me show you how it works. So it basically adds folders into the menu bar, and from here you can get quick access to your files. And you can also get quick view or view additional information about those files, and you also can do some stuff with it. So you can copy, you can share, you can move to Drush, you can show in folder. Let me show you how you can add some more files into the menu bar. Let's go to the settings, and in the settings we can choose, do we want to see every edit into the FolderPeek folders as a separate menu item, or it's gonna be like only one icon. And here we can add folders. So let's say we want to downloads folder. Pretty small, pretty useful utility, but when you need to get quick access to your folders, I mean, maybe it's your project folder, you can attach this folder into the menu bar and that's it. And the next app in our today's list is ConnectMeNow, and this app solves a pretty simple problem. So if you ever work with a network shared folder, or if you have, for example, network attached storage in your network at home or at work, it might be Synology or QNAP, wherever you want, and you know when you connect shared folder on macOS, you have to do it manually, and after reboot, those shared folder not reconnecting automatically, and you have to do it manually every time you reboot. And ConnectMeNow solve that problem, so it basically can reconnect shared folder automatically. Here we can add our shared folders. We can give it name, and here we can type IP address of or name of our server and path which you want to mount, and also you can specify credentials. And the cool thing about it, so you might change network, so you can like bring your laptop at work or bring your work laptop at home, and when environment is changing, this app basically monitoring this network, and if your server is available in network now, it mount network share. If not, it's just skip. Let's see what's the settings available for us. If we go to preferences, you have a lot of different settings here, but most of interesting settings here, it's check network every 10 seconds. So basically it's like every 10 seconds it's continuously pinging if your server is available in network or not. So the next app will allow you to keep your files organized. Spotless App will allow us to create rules for files, and then these rules can run automatically and organize your file in the background, so you don't need to spend time for it. Let me show you how it works. So here we can open settings, and in the settings we want to run this app automatically if we want to our rules run in background, and then we can create tasks. So let's try to create tasks for our archives in our download folder. Let's call it downloads archives, and let's create rules for archives, and we want to match any of the following conditions, and the file extension should be zip, or we want to also work with the RAR archives, and then action, what we want to do with those find filtered files, and I want to move them into the downloads and the subfolder archives. And let's hit done. So we created a task. Then we can schedule this task to run it automatically in the background. Let's go to the automation and let's hit plus, and let's add downloads archives. And let's work with because we want to keep our downloads folder tidy, let's add watch folder is downloads, and I want to run this task every day, and I want to run this task every, let's say, 10 minutes. Doing that, we created schedule for our task, but we also can run this task. Let's see, run this task and download archives and run task. When we run this task manually, it shows us preview, so we can troubleshoot, so we can see result of those rules we created. So we can see this one is archives, and it will be moved into the archives folder. This one also will be moved, so we can see, seems like it's all the archives is filtered, and then we can hit process files, and here we can see all the archives already here. And when you add more files after 10 minutes, when this timeout is gone, it will automatically rescan all the downloads folder and will sort your files automatically. And that's it for today. Thanks for watching. If you find it useful, please give it a like, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.